Alright, what you see here is a Hampton Bay Glendale ceiling fan. It is installed in my grandmother's bedroom at my dad's house. And this is a fan that, for the longest time, I didn't know what to do with it. Originally, I bought it to install at my dad's house to replace one of the Remington 4s in antique brass. And I was going to get another fan to replace another one with, but then that didn't happen. Then I was going to use this to replace the Bahama Hugger in the living room at my grandmother's old house. But then I found out they were going to sell the house, so I figured there was no point putting something like this up when I could still use it for something else. So then, when we got this new house for my dad and my grandmother, I figured this would be a good fan to put up in her bedroom instead of reinstalling one of the Hampton Bay Clarksons that was installed in her old house in the bedroom. The fan's bigger, so I definitely will do a better job in this room than the Clarkson would, and plus the Clarksons didn't really do all that much. This fan Mark got for me to help out with the mission of trying to get one of the Hampton Bay Reddingtons. So, Mark, if you're watching this, is definitely being used well. It has those newer Hampton Bay poles, and I'm not the biggest fan of them, but I'm not going to really do anything with them. So, I might like swap them for larger ones. That might be a little bit easier for my grandmother to use. I haven't really heard her saying that she has issues with the pole change, so I'm not doing anything with it. I have it with the walnut side facing down because she has more older furniture from like the 70s era and such, as you can see. So, yeah. Plus, I didn't want it to look too dark in this room. The blade finish is fine. It was the oil of bronze finish on the fan that I was a bit worried that would be too dark, but thankfully it goes with this room pretty well. I have it flush mounted and such. There is one white wire that's hanging out a little bit, but actually no, that's not the wire. I think that might be the ceiling design. I don't know if it just looks like the wire. Yeah. It has the 3 LED bulbs that came with the fan. My dad was thinking of putting daylight light bulbs in there, and I suggested that he doesn't, only because the daylight might be a bit too much for her at nighttime. But for that reason, he was saying that that's the other reason why he wants to put them in here, because it'll be better for her lighting-wise in terms of safety, which I can understand, but I mean, they do a good enough job, and she has the little lamp right there. She has these blue Christmas lights there that are kind of like a night light for her, so she can still see. It's not like it's pitch dark in here. But, yeah, let's go ahead and start the fan off on low. This is one of the newer versions of the Glendale that goes a bit faster on the high speed. I was honestly thinking of putting the Harbor Breeze Notice in this room after I got that one before we installed this in here, but I figured since this is the fan I meant to give to her back at her old house, I figured it'd just make more sense to put it up in this room. Plus the style of it, I feel, goes good with her interests. Some people might say, oh, I should put something better quality here. Well, or something stronger. Well, she does not like a strong breeze, so that's the other reason why I figured I put this in here. Where it would still push off a good breeze, but not be overbearing for her. Plus, these fans tend to hold up pretty well, too, I've noticed. Like, as long as they're being used constantly, the blades don't really droop downwards and such. I was thinking of because I do have one of those cylinder pull chains that have like the one that used to be on the Bahama. Well, it's not that you said still on it, but like the one that had a deer on it. I do have one of those that has like a flower design that I got from a fan from another collector. I just haven't revealed it yet, so that's why I'm not mentioning what it is. But I was thinking of bringing that here to put it on one of the pull chains on this one. I still might do it. Not 100% sure yet though. Yeah, I recently put it on reverse for her because it's winter time right now. Right, not for medium. Now, if it was up to me to put any fan in here, I would have put like a antique brass hunter fan of sorts. Just my dad doesn't really want too much stuff that looks dated in the house, which I can understand. I mean, the stuff that she has in this room is somewhat dated already, but it's stuff from her old house, and we didn't want to change everything. We wanted to give her some of the stuff that she had and use it throughout the house just to make her comfortable here. If it was a newer fan that I found in antique brass, I would have went with something like that. But now you really don't find any antique brass fans in stores anymore in person. But this goes good with the room too, so it's not a big deal. I mean, the fan's pretty quiet, which is my biggest thing because I wouldn't want it to be too loud for her. Or if like an annoying hum or anything like that, that's too loud. I definitely should have checked the capacitor values on this one. Well, I can still do it at some point in the future just to see what capacitor these newer ones use. That way I can swap out the capacitor on the white one that I had in my bedroom from back when I first started the channel. And that one I know has the older capacitor because it's an older version. Whereas these newer ones go a lot faster on the high speed, so I definitely would like to increase the performance on that one since I see that the newer ones have a different capacitor. All right, enough for high. It's definitely moving a good breeze. Something that blows you out of the park, but for something that's from a home center like Home Depot, it's definitely not bad. Now it is also flush mounted, so that is going to decrease some of the air movement that this would push out. But it's definitely a good enough airflow to use for a bedroom fan, in my opinion. Although I do know some of us are more picky with airflow because we have more experience with better quality ones, but for something that you just need to do the job, this will definitely do it. gonna shut off and spin down. Then I'll show it on reverse. Yeah, I always thought of these as like a more modernized version of the Landmark 3 Plus and such. In a sense, also replacing them from being sold in the stores. So they still sell the polished brass one online. But they definitely perform better than those fans anyway, so I definitely feel like it's a worth it was like a worthy replacement of having a generic looking 5-minute fan with 3 lights that has vents on the bottom and side vents. That's a little bit more updated looking. But these fans have been around since like 2008, I think. So they've been around for a while. But I mean, they have such a simple look to them, so it's really hard to see that they look out of place nowadays or dated looking. And I say that more so about the design, not so much about the finishes on it. Alright, now let me go ahead and show it on high. You know, had I actually realized that I would have been installing this in her bedroom and not the living room at her old house, I actually would have went and got the Flemish brass version to put in this room. But it still looks good in here either way. And at least with this finish, it's not like it'll get scratched up or look faded over time like a brass finish would in this room. So, yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed and stay tuned for more videos to come.